All right, we are live right now. I already see a lot of people tuning in. Sorry, we're waiting for a few other people to join us, but we are live. I got John Litz, Deconstructing Dreams, joining me today. So, what's up, John?
How you doing today?
Good, man. Like I said, this is for you. This was you've been bothering me all week. When am I going live again? So I'm trying to accommodate you so you can do a live together today. So you should be thanking me for this.
Well, of course, I gotta get in that networking mode.
No, like I said, yeah, anytime, like I said, anyone out there, if you guys want to do something, let me know, and I'll always try to accommodate to the best of my ability. But I'm glad John can do this. I know he's super busy, so yeah, we're just trying to hang. We're just kind of hanging out. I think Ray might jump in, Curtis might have a secret guest coming on, but I don't want to say who it is yet. But yeah, so what you've been working on? I know you've been dealing with some issues on your Airbnbs this week.
Yeah, last weekend previously I was able to shut down the hot tub and do a cleaning on it, refill it, freshen up the water, freshen up the chemicals and the filters, and be able to just turn the breaker back on, and it would remember what that temperature was set at. But I recently had a bad power surge that knocked out my motherboard on the pumps, and that cost me $1,200 to fix. So I went ahead and had the electrician install a 220 surge protector, and I didn't realize it, but when I cleaned this week, the surge protector made it where it didn't remember what that setting was. So my guests were understandably not happy when the hot tub was only at 92 degrees instead of the normal 102. And they didn't bother telling me until their last night at about 11 o'clock. So at that time, there's really not a lot I can do to fix that. So needless to say, I had to do a discount with them. I offered them $100 discount. And obviously, they weren't, super stoked about it, but they were happy. At least I worked with them and gave them a nice discount. On the same day, I found out that my drain in my kitchen sink, the pipe had completely rotted out, and I had water all over my kitchen. So trying to pull a pipe out of a fitting that's from 1965 was not a lot of fun, but I certainly wasn't about to pay $1,000 to have a plumber come out on a Sunday afternoon to fix it. So I went ahead and dealt with it myself.
Sorry, hold on. I'm sending Ray another link. He said the link's not working. Yeah, if anyone's out there and he hasn't checked out my interview with John, it's on my channel. It actually has quite a bit of views. I don't know if you've been passing it around to your coworkers. I know you said you showed it to some of your coworkers, but the viewer count is actually pretty good. But I got to walk through John's Airbnb yesterday too. Yesterday he called me. I don't know. I guess he misses me. He called me. Like, hey, what are you doing, man? I want to show you my Airbnb. So yeah, I had to. He showed. It's pretty cool though. Oh, hold on. Let me let him in. But yeah,
Well,
you should do it.
I
Is there
figured
on?
you were an out of work firefighter doing nothing, so why not?
That is kind of true. So hold on. All right, we got Ray here. So
What's
sorry
up,
the other
guys?
link didn't work, man.
No, you're
Yeah,
good.
just hanging out today. Did you meet Joe? You met John in Vegas, right?
I'm not sure. I don't think we did. I don't think we met.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
Well, nice to officially meet you.
Nice to
yeah.
meet you too.
John was the grumpy old man. Oh, he was the one checking people in, and he didn't check in the frugal gay properly. And Tom was very upset that nobody knew who he was. He said.
Well, I don't know. Maybe some insecurity problems. Jen was happy to sign in everybody, so he should have been happy with that.
No, but he that was just his kind of feedback for the event was that maybe Zuber could do a better job of whoever the speakers were, kind of so that everyone knew who they were. Not knew who they were, but just so that um, if people wanted to approach him and talk to them, because I guess he felt like nobody knew who he was, so people only wanted to talk to him after they saw he had a belt. Like maybe they didn't know who he was, right? And after he had the belt, then everyone's like, "Oh, that's Tom Brickman," right? And so,
Well,
uh,
after his presentation, everybody was super impressed with him. I mean, that guy hustles like crazy. He really made some stuff happen.
yeah, but so he was there all day Saturday though. So nobody probably talked to him on Saturday. His presentation was on Sunday, so
Well,
like people could
are
have.
we supposed to just automatically know? I don't think so. We're
Well,
all meeting each
well,
other for the first time.
well, that's what he's saying. So like for the speakers, like maybe Zuber could do a better job of letting the audience know who the speakers were or whatnot, because it just felt like some of the speakers weren't really um, people didn't know who they were, that they were there in the audience, I guess.
How do I say hi to these guys, Mark? Because I saw Dylan said hi, but I don't know how to type on
So
here.
you would have to have your own YouTube open on something else.
Okay, let me
Yeah,
do that. Hi,
yeah,
Dylan.
yeah. So yeah, Joe V. This is for you, John. He said, "How do they not know how to use a hot tub?" And they're probably
You
police
would actually
officers.
be very surprised at how many people cannot even figure out how to open the cover on the hot tub without damaging it. Some
Oh
of them get irritated and actually just throw it right in the dirt.
man, we had I had an Airbnb guest stay, and they didn't know how to. I guess they I didn't know. I think I might have been in Vegas at the time, but I didn't see the message till a little bit later. So they might have been stuck inside. Um, not the building, but they left their car in the garage, the parking garage, because they couldn't figure out how to exit. They thought they had to use the fob key to scan out, when all you got to do is go close to the gate and it opens automatically.
Right.
But yeah, they couldn't figure out how to exit the parking structure. They said, "Where's the thing to scan the key?" And I'm like, so I thought they were talking about coming in. So I'm like, no, yeah, it's right by you. You pull up, it's on the left. They're like, no, when you're leaving. And I was like, oh, you just gotta drive up to it and it opens.
Yeah. Well, I have definitely found that it takes all kinds because you just never know what the intelligence level is or what their knowledge is or lack of knowledge. I mean, some folks just don't know.
Yeah.
So
You opened up your YouTube, Ray?
Yep, I
Yeah.
figured it out. I got your stream on there, and I'm typing
Yeah.
away over there.
Cool. Yeah. This is just for fun, hanging out, kind of seeing what we're working on. Ray will be on Monday with Harrison, Trade Better 99. We'll be talking about, I forget what the topic was, but kind of more structured one. But are you guys recovered from Vegas yet? I still feel like I'm not. I'm still catching up with things, and maybe I've been trying to do too many lives. That's why.
No, I'm pretty recovered. I think I'm just getting back to work, trying to get my cleaners for the Michigan property. So yeah, I think I'm pretty recovered.
yeah, I'm not having any problems at all. I'm actually volunteering for extra work at my job because we have to do those 5 bullet points now. So got to make sure I got plenty of stuff to talk about.
Just just AI that shit. Just say, what did I do last week, or 5 things I did last week, and just
Uh,
copy and paste it. That's what I would do. But yeah, if anyone doesn't know, I'm out of work for a while, and I hurt my shoulder, so I'm just waiting for an MRI. So I'll be out till April 20th for now. You haven't recovered because you're yeah, because I keep having to try to help Joe guys out. Joe guys have this accountability group on Mondays that they're always late for. So it's like, hey, can you help us out, man? Like, damn it. Yeah, I am old though. I definitely feel old. But
See,
yeah,
everybody knows you're not doing anything. You can help out all over the place.
no, I'm always doing something, but I'm always willing to help out. That's the thing, you know. Like you, every day. Are you going live this week? Can we go live?
Well,
Jeez.
hey, bro, I haven't hit that 25 subs yet, so I don't think I can even put this as a live on the channel yet.
Well, that's all
What's your
right.
channel?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
hold on. I'll put it. I forgot. I keep forgetting. Hold on.
I'll
I'll put it.
subscribe to you right now. Hopefully, we get you to that.
Yeah, I know Dylan said
I
he
think I'm
probably.
at 21, so I'm very close.
I
Yeah.
got you. I'll subscribe right now.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So if anyone hasn't subscribed, it's in the chat. Please go subscribe to John's channel. Then he
There you
can
go.
do then he can do his own lives and leave me alone. That's my motivation.
Exactly. You see,
No, but seriously, I think you have a walkthrough, right, on your channel of your Airbnb, right? Or no?
I didn't do it on a
Oh,
channel. I just did it on FaceTime with you.
oh yeah, man. You should go upload one, man. It's a cool unit, man. It's pretty. Uh, got the wolf. What wolf room?
Got a
What up?
bear room, a wolf room, and a bald eagle room.
Yeah, I know what Joe's gonna say pretty soon about the bald eagle room, but yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I liked it.
Well, who doesn't like seeing a wolf howling at the moon?
Did you have to do the artwork? I mean, or did you pay someone to do all the artwork on that?
I actually bought wallpaper, and
Oh,
I installed the wallpaper.
nice. Yeah.
So my son gave me a hand. It just came in panels, and I didn't even have to put glue on the wall. The wallpaper already came with the sticky glue on the back of it, and you just had to peel and stick it.
Cool. What gave you that idea though to go that route for the I guess theme or decoration?
Um, I I I just like that kind of stuff, and I never thought of myself as any kind of interior designer because come on, I'm just a tank mechanic out at the base, so it's not like I
Your
think
inner
about stuff
spirit.
like that. But yeah, I started looking through Amazon trying to figure stuff out, and I came across that stuff. And I was like, oh, that's going to be perfect. Then I don't have to worry about getting an artist in here. I can just put that up. Obviously you got to do some measurement. You got to make sure the panels are fitting right and keep everything very straight. But it was pretty straightforward to install.
What about you, Ray? What have you been working on since you've been back?
Um, I'm about to fly down here soon to the Airbnb that I have over there in Grand Rapids, and I literally just got off the phone with potential cleaners that I'm going to be using, and I want to kind of ask you about this since you have an Airbnb. Is it out of state? Is yours out of state or is it in your state?
No, mine's about 2 miles away from my house.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm trying to figure out whether I should use like a full blown cleaning company or I should stick with like the independent cleaners. And I'd love your opinion on that.
Well, I'm kind of mixed with it because having a full blown cleaning company is significantly more expensive.
Yes, I'm noticing that.
However, you also have the flexibility of you're not stuck with one cleaner. And, if somebody calls in sick, they probably got somebody to back that up. So the reliability is better. You're probably getting a better clean out of it. However, they won't do everything that you may want them to do.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
my cleaner is just a private person. I had a manager when I first started, and he ended up being terrible. So I fired him within just a couple months of using him.
Oh.
And but I asked his cleaner. I asked her if she'd like to clean for me, and she jumped right on board with it because she said that I was much nicer than he was. So,
No, cool.
I also gave her a little raise as well for coming over. And, I don't know that she does as good a job as maybe the professional cleaner does, but being as I'm at work all week in between guests, she will actually go out to the hot tub and check on the chemicals and, make sure it hasn't gotten funky or whatever. And, she'll do little things like that. She's actually asked me if she can make some more money by going out in the yard and picking weeds and things like that, which I'm happy to pay for as well. So she's pretty versatile, and She's only called in maybe once or twice in like a year and a half. So, I don't think that's a bad ratio whatsoever. And, I've gone and cleaned it myself or had my wife and her sister come over and give me a hand or my mom give me a hand. So we all kind of pitch in and it helps out a lot. But I have that flexibility because I'm so close.
Yes.
If I wasn't close like that, I'd probably lean more towards having the professional service done.
Oh, hey, Curtis.
How did
We got a party going on now. So,
What's going on?
Hey,
Curtis, did you meet John in Vegas?
I thought I did.
I
Yeah.
think I saw you there. I'm not sure if we had much of a conversation, but
No.
you know, I know we were kind of in the same groups there,
Yeah, we shook hands, but that was probably about it.
probably.
Yeah, you definitely weren't on an Uber with him, probably. But, but John, did you see the question from Harrison? Hold on. He said, "How many folks go to Tahoe from your Airbnb? Do you recommend places to go to?"
I have a guidebook that gives them recommendations on restaurants, on places to go, things to do in the area. I also have a schedule of events, and I have a link to my direct booking site. So I give them all the information I possibly can to make their stays much nicer. Many of them do go up to Tahoe. Right now, I've got people that are going up for doing a lot of skiing.
Cool. Yeah, thanks, Curtis. That helps out. If you're not talking, just try and mute. Thanks, man. And then I don't know. I think you said it, and probably Jim probably knows now. But it says, "Where's your STR?" And then maybe that's for you also, Ray.
Mine is in Grand Rapids area, specifically Granville, which is about 12 minutes from Grand Rapids.
And mine's in Reno, Nevada.
Cool.
Probably about 30, 45 minutes away from Lake Tahoe.
So Curtis, you're a little bit late. I mean, but you said you had something. So where'd you just come from?
Yeah, so I'm actually still at the coffee shop. That's why the volume is a little loud. But I drove about an hour south to Centralia, and I met with an owner. I thought we'd be done because we started at 10, and now it's 1:20. And so we had a really great talk. He owns 30 properties fully paid off, and he self manages. And he said it's a lot easier now because he used to own 95 like units. And so it was really cool to kind of pick his brain, talk to him. He knows my story and I know his. He's trying to make a nice deal.
He owned 95 paid off units, or he had 95 and then he kind of scaled back, and that's why he has 30 paid off now.
Yeah, so he had 95 units in total, and then he kind of worked backwards, paid some things, and then that's how he was able to get. Now he's like 29 fully paid off.
What do
Nice.
you guys think of paid off properties? Do you think you should keep a mortgage on them or would you rather have them paid off?
Well, this guy is very unconventional. So not only is it fully paid off, but he also doesn't have insurance on them.
Wow. I actually prefer having the mortgage on them because I use that as another form of liability mitigation. If somebody wants to sue me, they're going to have to actually deal with the bank's lawyers as well. So, obviously keep the properties in great condition and fix things, don't be a slumlord. But, if you keep everything, uh, you know, where it's in good condition, keep your regular insurance on there, maybe an umbrella on there, and, try to keep your guests or your tenants happy. I think that's a pretty good strategy. Dion talks about that kind of stuff a lot. And I kind of got on board with that strategy because I had my duplex down to only owing about 79,000, and I actually did a cash out refi on it so that I could buy my short term rental. That way I could increase some debt on there and make sure that I didn't get it paid off. And that way I've got the backing of the bank's lawyers as well as mine.
John, do you primarily do Airbnbs and short-term rentals, or do you do other types of properties as well?
I've been doing long terms for probably 20, 25 years. Um, I've got one long term myself at my duplex where I do a house hack. I live in one side and I rent out the other side, and that pays for the entire mortgage. So I'm living for free. And I've also been managing my parents' rentals. They have 4, and then my cousin's rentals. He has another 4. So been doing the long terms for a long time, and I jumped into the short term because this last property I just bought, it would have broke even, but I'm only got about 6 years left before I want to retire, so I wanted to kind of supercharge that with trying to do the short term rental, and it's been working really well. Last year I had 63,500 in revenue and about 50,000 in expenses. So my cash flow was a little over 1,000 a month, and that worked out really well. We're on track to do much better than that this year. January, I think, was about 1,400 in cash flow, and February was about 1,700 in cash flow.
Nice, nice.
Haven't even hit the busy summer months, when we really make good money.
I think that's the things that I'm realizing. I have long-term rentals as well, and I also do a little bit of house hack on my property, right? And that pretty much covers most of my mortgage on my property. And it just really made me realize it's like, hey, there's other ways to cash flow, because I had a property that I purchased back in 2010, and that cash flow is somewhere around $1,600 a month, and my Airbnb downstairs, that's a 1-bedroom, pulls in around $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So it really opened my eyes to the possibilities of short-term rental, and that's pretty much why I'm turning my Grand Rapids property into a short-term rental.
The
Cool,
short
man.
that I bought is they had created a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom downstairs, but it's not permitted. And they did an absolute terrible job. So I ripped out everything he did.
Mm.
So I'm working with the city right now trying to get zoning changed where we can start doing ADUs in Reno. And, I put forth a proposal. We've been doing stuff where, where we're having neighborhood, focus groups and seeing if people want to do this in the city limits. And they should be voting on this sometime in the springtime, which is now. I'm not sure when the meeting's going to be yet, but I'm on the email list so that they can notify me when that's going to be. And I will definitely be at that city council meeting to try to sway them towards getting ADUs. And I've already gotten all the architectural drawings put together. I've planned out in my head what I want to do down there. That's going to be a little 1-bedroom, 1-bath as well. And I figure that's probably going to hit up about 25,000 in revenue on top of what the upstairs does.
Nice. That's awesome.
I'm not sure why these comments are coming through, but Jack is asking if Curtis asked for any more discounts recently.
I actually got one today. My coffee was paid for, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, how did it get? Wait. I don't know. Isn't Black History Month over? Or how can you can't use that line anymore, right?
No, the owner that I met with, he wanted to pay. I said, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." I said, "Great, okay, this is what I'm having."
Well, that doesn't sound like you asked for a discount. You were just offered one.
Well, I want to say what's up to Lars. So it looks like Steven, Jack joined in. Hugo from X is here. Also want to just, if anyone can, go check out Working Man Investors channel. Tom Wilson from school. So he is someone that is trying to build his community, kind of like Zubers, his YouTube channel. So me and him did a chat yesterday, so I'm going to try and help him out and be kind of his maybe his regular guest or regular partner in building his channel. So if anyone can go subscribe, go check it out. He's a big follower of uneducated economists. So Hyder, I told him maybe he can reach out to you and connect with you, and maybe him and Simon can do something. But yeah, go check it out. Super super good guy. But yeah, what else you got, Curtis? Well, I think we talked about it. Are you recovered from Vegas yet?
I am. So I got sick the very last day. It's not like throwing up, but like congestion, coughing, and I finally am good. Finally, am good.
I'm
Seems
pretty
like
sure that was my
everybody's sick.
fault.
It seems like everybody's sick right now.
Well, mine is from the VOG that rolled in, and I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with VOG. Doesn't seem so. VOG is like volcanic fog or whatever. It's when the volcanoes erupting on the other islands and the wind is blowing a certain way. It just wrecks my sinuses. So yeah, my nose has been messed up for the past few days. So I might hop on and off camera to blow my nose and stuff.
That's what
But
happens when all the people are throwing those Crocs in the volcano and burning them because they're so ugly.
you know that I can just press a button and you disappear off this channel super fast, right? Nah, you're such a hater on Crocs, man. Oh, Hyder! It looks like Hyder was sick too. He said his body aches like crazy. Yeah. Oh, look, Curtis trying to get a discount. Great explanation of something you don't know. Yeah, whatever's. Hyder. Okay. Yeah. What else? What else you guys got going? What else you guys want to talk about, man? This
Oh
is
man, I have to talk about the conversation that I just had. There were some interesting things this guy did, like his tenants. There's a few of them that bring rent to his house,
Is that cash money?
cash,
Cash.
and he counts it there.
Like a drug dealer.
Ex- Exactly, exactly. And then sometimes if he's not home though, he has this box that he has to drop it in.
Wow.
They just write their name on it.
Yeah.
So is he do you see any opportunity, Curtis, that like would he ever want to sell or finance anything to you, you think, or not really?
I'm trying to slow dance here with this seller. I'm not trying to meet and go straight to the bedroom, so to speak. So kind of just slow dancing. I asked him, "Hey, is there anyone else in the area that I should meet?"
Very cool.
So
Very
you're
cool.
using Christian Cody's strategy there.
Bingo. Yeah, I watched their clips last night. I said, "Okay, let me try to practice this."
Isn't that awesome?
Mhm. And I even gave him some examples of other deals that I've heard about. And he said, "Oh yeah, that does sound good."
Nice. Nice.
Speaking of cash, I have a tenant for my cousin right now that I used Hemlane to do collection and find tenants and things like that. And Dana is awesome. I really enjoy working with her. And I've got this one particular tenant that keeps telling me that oh, the service isn't working. That won't work right. And I'm like, dude, they will literally let you pay any way you can think of. You can go to Walmart with your cash and get a card and they will take it. So yeah, it's not their issue, it's your issue. You don't have enough funds. So in an effort to get him caught up and not have another eviction up there at that property, we I've been going up there and getting cash from him. So my cousin came over this morning and I handed him $5,600 in cash from this one tenant. So needless to say, he's fairly well caught up, but he's running late already for this month. So already having issues with him again. But I'm like, well, do we kick out a guy that he's actually paying. He's just always late and having a crap ton of late fees, or do I just deal with it being a pain in the butt? So, at the moment we're going to deal with it because we had an eviction up there already this month. So we didn't want to have two of them at the same time. But yeah, it's certainly a headache. I'd much prefer doing Hemlane and just having it go right into an account because I don't like having that much cash around the house. I've got it in a safe, but still, it doesn't make me feel comfortable having that kind of money here.
There's a question for you, John, from Harrison. It says, if you hate Crocs, what are your thoughts on Hey Dudes?
Hey Dude is just house slipper. I wear work boots. That's what I wear. I take no days off. I work, 410s at the base, and all weekend is working on the rentals. So, yeah, always in work boots.
I'll get you in Crocs at the event next year.
Are they going to look like Hey Dudes?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is going well. I think this shooting the shit, having fun. Yeah, I don't know. I think Vegas was great. Hope looking forward to next year already. See where everyone is at. I mean, what do you guys think about what Zuber said about people that getting the belts or whatever this year are going to have a say in or feedback in who they recommend for getting an award next year? Any thoughts on that?
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, I think that's great.
I think someone's about to try to pay you off, Mark.
That's what I'm throwing out there. I'm glad you caught that. So I'm always taking some sort of payment. You can Venmo me, but yeah, I'm lobbying right now. So, or you can pay for my Ubers the whole time I'm there.
No.
Not rideshare, Curtis.
Hey, that was an experience. I'm glad that I did that. I laughed about it after.
I'm glad you did that too. It lets me know I never want to do that.
So next year, though, we got to get John to be able to hang out with us after the. So basically, he just was at the events because he was with his wife, and so they were doing stuff together after the events. But it'll be nice to hang out with you outside. Oh, see, Dylan, the wire. See, it's working already, man. Just remember, though, I can only recommend. I don't have a final say or anything, so I'm just making sure you know that.
Well, last time we talked, you were asking, about who I would recommend for speakers, and I didn't give you any short-term rental speakers. So I had some thoughts on that. Rob Abasolo from Bigger Pockets. He's not on Bigger Pockets anymore, but he has his own channel. It's called Rob Built. He has some very good advice, even though he's a little corny at times. Um, Sean, I don't know how to say his name properly. It's like Rajic, something like that. The guy is awesome. He really knows his stuff. He's got some great information on doing short term rentals. Obviously there's lots of other folks that do short term rentals. Tony Robinson's, the Robinsons, they do short term rentals a lot. So that's some people I would certainly recommend. Um, Cody Sanchez would be wonderful. She's not short term, but she'd be awesome to hear. You know, I she's a little bit bigger of a speaker, so she might want to get paid, but
Yeah.
she would be awesome to hear.
Yeah, Zuber's like, oh, now you guys are getting expensive. But
Yeah,
I was like, well, Lisa Song Sutton knows her, so maybe she can pull some strings on that one. But
You know
yeah,
what would be a cool one is I'm starting to get to the point where I'm trying to get like the proper insurances and making sure I got things set up the right way. There's like attorneys and whatever, or even somebody who owns like an insurance company that maybe does short-term Airbnb focus insurance. That'd be kind of cool. Like right now, I actually reached out I saw a lady on a Pace Morby's group where she had bought a unit via Subject 2, and she's now Airbnb-ing that unit. That's very similar to my situation. And I reached out to her via Instagram, and she ended up telling me a company that would insure via Subject 2 on an Airbnb. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, great idea. Oh, I mean, Curtis, I mean, they're throwing out names. You got anybody you thinking about?
I think the one that I was thinking about, he will already be there. I think Cody Davis will already be there. So I think creative space is always great to learn about because there's so many avenues.
Yeah, all good names. Anybody in the chat want to throw some names out there? But yeah, I think the event was great. I can't wait to see what he is going to do for next year. Sounds like he's already planning, like already tinkering with it, trying to figure out ways to improve. And like I said, he's already talking about kind of like those kind of sound curtains to block out all the noise John was making upstairs. But stuff like that.
Who was making that noise?
You started it.
Are you sure?
You and Dwayne started it.
Maybe you should just limit that to Dwayne.
Yeah. Ace of Coin. Yeah, Hyder always puts his channel in there, so he's a good follow also. But yeah, yeah, who I don't know. I still want I'm still hoping Anna Kelly can make it 1 year. That would be great. Greg Dickerson, I really enjoy his stuff. I know he doesn't seem to be on as much recently. But I know like taxes was a big thing that people would love to see. But then Zoomer did make a great point, right? That is such a busy time of the year for these people, right? Like February, like
Right.
that. So it might be challenging to find someone, but he'll probably look into it. But it's going to be hard to top a Graham Stephan surprise speaker, right? So that'll be interesting.
We need a halftime show, bro, just like the Super Bowl. You know, bring Shakira in there, do some hip shaking so I can wake up.
Absolutely. And that's I think he liked the idea, or people like the idea of kind of like a speed dating event, maybe little breaks in between, and or even like I said, like even like after each speaker, some sort of like prize giveaway, whether it's someone's book or autograph pamphlet or something. I don't know. Oh, Caleb Hammer, that's who Trade Bet really wants. Hey, what's up, Jason?
Yeah.
Jason's ready to network next year. Year one was just kind of getting his feet wet, and then we got to get Joe V there next year. So Joe's the guy we got to get to come out.
So somebody I've been listening to a lot lately is Diary of a CEO, and he's not really a real estate guy. He's more a person that's on mindset, and has a lot of different types of people he interviews. It's all long content, probably like at least an hour to 3 hours long. But if you got the time to listen to it, he's got some very interesting people on there that help with mindset, help with health and fitness and different things of that nature. So not really real estate investing stuff, but great for the mindset.
Yeah, he has some great questions to get the speakers to kind of expand their answer.
Oh, you've listened to him. Great.
Hyder says McElroy may top Graham Stephan. That would be. Oh, does Hyder know something we don't know? Huh. That'd be interesting. Yeah.
We're going to try to get Ken on here.
That'd be cool. That'd be super cool.
Hey, see, John, you're pretty hip, man. There's a couple people that say they love the Diary of a CEO. Jovi, if shivering coming, I'm here. What? If shivering coming, I'm there. Oh, I don't know. Probably
So, Mark, what have you been working on?
Nothing. Just trying to get this damn thing to 1,000 subscribers, man. Yeah. Not much.
Been purchasing anything new?
Nah, I don't like real estate that much. I mean, I do, but
Did
I
you
don't
get burned out with doing too much at a short amount of time?
know. I don't know. It's not like I can't talk about it all day. I mean, I can talk about like mindset and building wealth, but like talking, I mean, like looking at properties and stuff. I mean, it's just like to me, it's like it's the same old shit, right? So I mean, it's like so it's more just if something like a great deal pops up, I'll probably pull the trigger, but if it's not great, I'm not like searching for anything really. Yeah.
You've already built that empire.
No, I kind of know what the end game is, right? Like I know, like I don't. I mean, maybe in the beginning, right? Like you feel like you need so much stuff, right? But after a while, you kind of realize like it's not, like Curtis is young, right? So he has a lot more hustle in him. So I'm old, man. I'm like almost your age, John. So it's like trying to like wind down already.
Yeah, I thought Mark was like younger, and then I saw him look like a grandpa at the Vegas event, walking around with the fanny pack, and it was all bundled up. I said, "Oh wow."
Uh, Not a fanny pack. That was.
That's from the 80s, isn't it?
Uh,
Crocs and fanny packs.
all right, you guys are giving Jovi too much ammunition, man. What about investment joy? Dylan says. Oh yeah, Hyder said he's trying to get Ken at least on the channel. Yeah, I know. I know Jen's been trying to work on that too. All right, Steven. Oh, hey, lucky to have hair still yet to get cut, man. He's a guy from Ohio. Oh, Investment Joy is a guy from Ohio and owns a bunch of rentals and businesses. Oh, I see Shakira. Oh, Tom McKee is great, but yeah, he'll just say whatever he wants. And he has no filter to that guy.
I've never heard of that one. I might have to search him up.
Who, Tom McKee?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the guy Flip Anything USA. Yeah, so he's been on Zuber's channel, and I think Zuber's been on his channel, but he's the one that he's like calling out everyone like Pace Morby and Grant Cardone and all those guys. But he's one of those grizzly old school guys, and just like yeah.
He really likes to get after anybody that's trying to sell some kind of program or anything. He kind of looks at everybody as a scammer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I called him out. He was doing a live stream, and he was like, I hate all these guys trying to sell stuff. And then he immediately says, "Hey, buy my course," right? And I'm like, this is kind of awkward. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Well, it's different." And I was like, "No, it's not different."
Yeah, because his is like what 10K maybe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like something crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he's smart. He's definitely smart, and him and Zuber definitely kind of on that same page. But he's a little more rough around the edges than Zuber, definitely.
He's pretty critical.
Yeah, but that's what makes him interesting too, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
People like grumpy old men.
Well, that's why I bring you on.
Well, you're hitting me up, telling me that
No,
bring some charisma or something.
Oh well, okay, yes,
I'm
yes.
too damn boring.
I did not say that word. I said just bring some personality tonight. That's all I said. After you message me like every day this week, hey, you going live tonight? You going live tonight?
Well, when I know you're sitting around doing nothing, I didn't want you to be bored and just sitting there ignored all day.
Well, like I said, this is always fun. So I'm always glad to have you guys on and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. So what, Curtis? What's your next plan? Was that older, or what's your next? Yeah.
Yeah. So he gave me a couple names and a couple numbers to call of other owners in the area that he's done work with or he sold to or bought from, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up a couple more meetings. He said a couple of them might be hard to get, but if I can get 30 minutes of their time, well, that seems worth it to me. I might even offer to buy the coffee instead.
Wow, that's big for you, man. Your phone catches your phone has service there.
Well, that was still a little tricky.
Offer him the share ride on the Uber.
Did you hear that story, John?
I
About Kurt?
did.
Oh,
I
okay,
did.
yeah. See, you guys are giving.
Wasn't there something about sharing of a bed or something as well?
No, that never happened.
It was just in question because everyone
Fake
said
news.
it
Fake
was.
news, bro.
Well, they wanted clarification because everyone said they knew how frugal and how determined Curtis is to be able to save money, and that Ray and Curtis are sharing a room, so they want to know if Curtis went as far as just having only one bed. So
Oh,
if you
God.
guys want, you can clear it up right now.
Yes, there's 2 beds, guys. There's 2 beds. Okay.
But were they both used?
Yes, they were both used.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, Vegas was amazing, man. I can't say it enough. Was fake news or semi-fake news? Lars said. Yeah. So anyone too? Lars and Harrison have both pivoted. They're both looking at properties in Pittsburgh now. So they're looking at a lot of properties, kind of get their feet wet. So that's pretty interesting to see what they're doing. But yeah.
With so many of y'all in Pittsburgh, you guys should do like how you guys look at Pittsburgh, like analyze a few deals, so that way we can see what the magic is there.
Yeah.
You guys heard that, so you guys set it up and let me know. Harrison and Lars. I got enough on my plate right now, man.
Oh,
But
come on. The guy doing
Naps,
nothing.
naps don't count. Naps don't count.
anyways, um, it-
Oh, I'm so busy. I'm waiting on my surgery.
well, I better not say anything. Uh, only use one bed to save on cleaning fees. See, that's why even Hyder was questioning. But so I forgot, Curtis. When did you arrive? When did you and Ray arrive and leave?
We got there Wednesday in time for the meetup.
That's right. You guys came in kind of late though, right? That you guys came in the evening time, right? Or no?
A little bit.
And then you guys left late Tuesday, right? Or Wednesday?
It was pretty early. I think we left kind of early.
Oh yeah, that I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys stayed out. Oh, maybe Jason did. Yeah, I think I might stay because I left on Tuesday. I think my flight was at 9. Yeah, I think I would stay a little bit later if possible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you guys think it would be better to come in earlier or stay a day later?
both if you can.
Yes, John. Yes.
All the
Yeah,
above, huh?
yeah. Well, for you too. I don't know. Like I said, somehow if you could get some time away from the spa or bring her along, but to do some stuff outside of the event would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking very much about coming in earlier, and then maybe I could hit up some of the Denny's meetups at midnight. Although I'm not sure if I could stay up that late or not because I'm typically up at 3:30 in the morning. So late nights are pretty rough for me.
Well, we were expecting Frank's senior discount, so we can use yours this year if you show up, right?
Well, Frank was definitely missed, that's for sure. However, I don't have that discount card yet.
Yeah,
I've been getting AARP mail since I was like 35, though.
I can't tease you on that because so do I.
It's like, man, you're really bucking for this stuff early, aren't you?
Looks like Trade Better says him and Jack shot a video. On your channel, Harrison. Hold on, let me see. I'll put your channel. Your channel. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, don't forget Harrison has a channel. He's been trying to grow that. Also, he just started, so go give him some support also, so he can start live streaming on his. Uh, I just scroll past Joel V's comments already because they're never positive. Uh, so is it have we? Well, see now we're in a tough position too, because Hyder had a great post in school about Denny's. The waitress had a great reaction, or was very thankful or grateful for us going to Denny's those boat nights. So now we're in a tough position whether we're going to move to Fremont Denny's next year.
Can I
It's
add
just
some? Oh,
so close. It's just so close.
yeah. I just think the one thing that's nice of kind of going to the Denny's that we went to is probably it wasn't as populated, you know. So I'm a little worried because now that everybody is starting to see like the benefit of going to that Denny's meeting, we might be a little bit crowded if we go to the Fremont Denny's. That's just my thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is true. So
Um, I didn't look on the inside, but for some Denny's, at least over here, they have like a back room or part that they can split. So if we tell them, hey, there's gonna be 30 or 50 people, might be able to seal that off.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
yeah, Dylan said he might try to be there for a week next time.
Dang. There you go.
He said should do lives from Denny's.
That would be awesome, actually.
I would. I don't know. When I'm there at those kind of things, I just like I'm not there to like I don't know. It's just hard for me to make content when I'm there, just kind of having fun. I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see.
I don't think you took your camera out of that bag that you were carrying the whole
I
week.
did. I did. I had my little mics and everything, and I didn't take it out.
Yeah.
Plus, it was raining. If it wasn't raining so much that one night we went out to, maybe. But yeah, the weather was just so crazy that one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, the making the content there is just so like unnatural. It's like here, let me interrupt this genuine connection I'm making to post this on YouTube or whatever. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
I know Dion and Millennial Mike were walking down the strip last year talking to people about inflation, and that was some pretty good content to see. Different people, their lack of math skills, or actual having some very good knowledge in it. Both.
Yeah. Oh, Curtis, I did want to let you know. One of our Tacoma Fi members, remember Kent Dimmel?
Yes.
Kent Dimmel had just bought a triplex, and he's been searching for a couple of years. And I'm going to that triplex on Sunday to go check it out. Are you coming?
He told me you were thinking about it, but he didn't tell me a time. I know he got a renter in place, so that's good.
Yep.
But you have to text me the time.
Okay. I think it's like 11:30.
That's very cool that you guys live near each other where you can go on things like that. I don't have anybody here in Reno that is part of the group or what have you. I haven't met anybody in our group yet that invests here in Reno, so that would be very nice to have some people to bounce stuff off of for sure.
And that's why I like our Tacoma Fi group. It's a pretty small knit group, but like he's been searching, and I believe Dion was the one that kind of helped him find the deal. So I just want to check it out because I haven't gotten into multifamilies yet. So it's just kind of cool to. I went to go check out Curtis. That was Curtis's triplex. That was cool, and I'm just gonna go check the Kent's out, and hopefully, it kind of inspires me to just jump into that multifamily side.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I actually almost got that deal, but I didn't. It didn't really work out with what I was trying to do. And so I was glad that someone I knew uh, got excited. I knew the owners.
Can I ask you guys this, right? Like his situation is really interesting. He shares his septic with a commercial building next door. So like I've never heard of something like that. Like a residential house sharing a septic with a commercial building next door. So I thought that was interesting.
I haven't heard of that either.
Well, what do you think, Curtis? You think that was a little risky or a little weird?
It was weird because he had called me the other day to talk about it. I thought it was weird. However, I guess there's evidence of the commercial property paying for half of everything that has to do with the septic.
Mm.
Even though they don't really use it because they're never there.
Mm. Interesting. Yeah.
So John, Jim said he's going to be in Reno for an outdoor hospitality convention, 2nd and 3rd of April. Told him we should hit you up.
I pass on my information. I would be happy to talk with somebody, and I wasn't even aware of there being a convention in April.
Yeah, yeah, Jim, hit him up. Then I don't have to worry about it. John messaging me for 2 days at least.
Hey, you're the networking guy, man. You're putting everybody together. Doesn't it make you feel good?
Yeah, I'm just fine. I'm just saying at least that I don't have to worry about you messaging me for 2 days. If you and Jim can hang out for 2 days, and I don't have to sit around with dealing with your text messages. Hey, what are you doing right now, man?
Yeah. Well, it's because I know you're doing nothing.
Whatever's. Rusty, let's see here. John, my wife's family all lives in Reno. We have to look, another person. You met Rusty, right? Rusty and Katie?
Yeah. Russ, I remember those guys.
Yeah. But you, John, you probably didn't meet them, yeah?
To connect next time we visit there. I would love to connect, guys. I'm more than happy. I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. Um, I'm usually busy with going to church and grocery shopping, normal stuff, plus all the rentals that I take care of and the Airbnb. So if you could hit me up ahead of time, and I can try to fit that in the schedule, and I'd love to even just have coffee.
All right, so here's the next question, John. Do you have WhatsApp?
I don't have WhatsApp. Everything I've seen on WhatsApp has been a huge scam.
Well, there's kind of a WhatsApp chat from the ORAD event, so people were kind of all in this one group WhatsApp. So I don't know if you want to jump in there, but Jim's on there. But if not, I can get you guys connected, and even Rusty and Katie get you connected with them, and then you guys can hang out or whatever when they come down to Reno or whatever.
I had to mute that chat for when I'm sleeping because you guys be messaging at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, man, what's up? I don't see you in the DGen one anymore on Discord.
Dude, I'm in there, but
Oh,
like I see you guys typing, but every time I see it, no one's in there. So
see, John Rusty said our group is not a scam.
yeah.
John, I'm curious. You said you go to church. Are there other investors at your church?
I don't know a lot of other people at my church.
Hmm.
So I couldn't tell you one way or another. We enjoy going, but we don't do a lot of activities with the congregation, outside of going to church, because I never know when I'm going to go. Sometimes I go at Saturday night, sometimes Sunday morning, 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock, or it's just various times. So we don't really get tight connections with other folks. I mean, obviously, you say hi to everybody and that kind of stuff, but don't really get to know them too well.
Hi,
Gotcha.
hi,
The reason I ask is because the guy I met with, he goes to this church, and there's like multiple investors that all go to the same church.
Yeah, that would be awesome to find some other like-minded folks. Every time we've got meetups here in Reno, they want to do them like 5 o'clock on, during the weekday, right after people are getting off work. But I don't get off work until 5 o'clock, and I'm an hour out. So, it's usually about 6:30 before I'm even back to town, and that just never works for me, being able to get into those events. And I'm not sure why, but nobody seems to want to do stuff on the weekends.
Hyder says our group is the definition of scam. Super cool and mutual.
Oh,
Yep. See, that's Hyder, man. He's always thinking like that. Jovi says, I think he's talking to you, John. Take Mark's approach. Just stand up and introduce yourself. Be alone so people can't ignore you. I'm surprised you didn't put be a pain so people can't ignore you.
Yeah.
dude, we're gonna have to do something about those people sneaking into the VIP next year. Those guys are crazy.
You better be careful because John was getting upset that people were sitting in his seat. Every
No.
time I would come back, he'd be like, "Who's that fucker sitting in my chair right there?" He goes, "I came early specifically to have a seat," and he goes, "There's somebody sitting in my chair."
Dude, next year I'll buy the VIP, dude. I felt so bad. I'm over here like sneaking in. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this is a VIP spot.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's hard to say. I mean, like last year, Cody, it was more the chair situation. Cody just couldn't sit on the chair last year, so that's why he came upstairs. But yeah. So Jim said the event is on Wednesday and Thursday, the outdoor hospitality thing. Damn, Jim, you were just in Maui too, right? And now you're gonna be in Reno. Um, what about the food? Did you guys enjoy the food this year? Well, you guys, nobody else went last year, yeah. Oh, here's a good question then. So, John, you VIP, Curtis and Ray, you were not, right? So,
Yeah.
Joe V is asking, is the VIP ticket worth it?
I think I'm just gonna get it because I know I'm gonna be a troll and go up there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's a lot of people that paid for it, and I want to show a little respect to those people. So definitely, that's why I do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, being as this was my first year and I hadn't done it before, I wanted to do the VIP because I wanted to have access to the speakers for meals and things like that. And, I don't know what the general admission folks ate, but what we had was very good. I enjoyed the food up there, and I tried to make sure that I was at a different table for every meal. That way I could meet more people. And I thought it was a wonderful experience. Now, was VIP worth the extra money? I don't know that it was. It's not like you got some, big special thing other than, availability to go upstairs. I think, the other room would have been just as valuable, with being able to network with everybody. So I don't know that, there was a huge benefit to paying the extra money for it because everybody was mingling and, all the speakers were with everybody anyway. So, you know, if you did general admission, I don't think you lacked any access that VIP got you.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to. I'd have to second that too, right? Like I got the chance to talk to Dana from Hen Lane, and I use her platform just like you do, John. And she was in the VIP room, and that's definitely. I went over there and talked to her. There wasn't anybody there putting me in a chokehold that I couldn't go in. So I don't know, but if things were stricter, and it makes a lot of sense, if somebody's paying that extra money, it makes sense.
Yeah, no way I'm paying that VIP price.
I know you're not. It's not even a question. Oh, John, I know who it was. I didn't want to say his name. but pretty sure it was Jason that was stealing your seat. Yeah. Dylan says it's worth it. Oh, Jim said after the Reno event, he's going to be driving to Fresno for the Jason Pritchard event in Fresno. Jason says he'll do it again, the VIP. Hyder says VIP for sure. Rusty says, though, he thought General Admission Dining Hall was awesome for networking. Oh, Jim says Hem Lane versus Door Loop thoughts.
I personally just use Hemlane. It's just easy for me. I've never used Door Loop, but also what I really like is the fact that I can message Dana or people from the Hemlane team, and they're pretty responsive, and that's been super nice. So that's my input on that.
I haven't used Door Loop either. Hemlane has been a wonderful experience. It's very nice having the 3 tiers to be able to bump it up if you need it at a particular time, and then you can drop it back down to a basic. When I first started doing stuff, I pro member with Bigger Pockets, and Rent Ready is part of that. And I was getting set up on Rent Ready, and they actually wanted a copy of my deed, and I was not about to give that to them. So, needless to say, they got booted, and I started looking around, and Dion was talking about Hemlane, so I jumped on that, and I've been very happy with their service.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just messaging someone. And Jason just wants to say for why he was sitting in your seat, John. He says it's Ray's fault. Ray kept him out until 5 a.m.
Well,
So yeah.
Jason, I do have to say that Mark is making a much bigger deal out of it than I was.
No, you were whining to me the whole time.
Let's make sure we all sit in John's chair next
Yeah.
year. But I'm saying he doesn't care,
Well,
right?
I heard that the two of you kind of like to share a chair or share a bed or something like that. So
Hey, all right. I concede, okay?
you brought it up. I'm just finishing.
I don't. Sorry, John. I wasn't. I was texting someone. I don't know if you answered this, but Jason asked, "Have you stepped up a tier yet?" He just has basic.
I haven't needed to step up a tier. No,
Yeah.
I have the basic. Um, I have a whole network of different people that are repair people, so I haven't needed to step up for that. And when it comes to actually doing a tenant turnover, it's been very helpful to be able to advertise out like they do on all the different ways that you can advertise. But I like to meet the potential tenants once they've gone through the screening process. So I didn't want to have a realtor there to do that. I wanted to do it myself. But if, in the future, after I retire and hopefully start doing some more traveling, I probably will bump up tiers when I need to.
And I'll add to that. When I use the Hemlane app, I'm usually using the basic, and I'm a little strategic about it, right? Because when people put applications in, you have options to reply to their message or whatever. But I'm a little bit of a big snooper, I'm checking their Instagram, their Facebook, their TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Their latitude and longitude, making sure they're legit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what I do, and then I respond to the ones that I feel comfortable. Being a small mom and pop landlord, I gotta kind of protect myself.
Yeah, because Ray has trust issues. So coming out Monday is my interview with Ray. Will be his one-on-one chat. So go check that out. We get into his backstory and his portfolio and what he's working on. Cool story, but yeah. I forget. Did you guys? I don't know if you guys are both in the Facebook one rent at a time. I know MJ had a question. Have you guys got your state specific leases through Hemlane or no?
For me, I got my lease from the actual Washington State thing, and then I know I talked to Dana about this. She keeps all their leases up to date for each county and state that you're in, so it's actually really good source to get your lease.
But where
So
do you find it now? Because before, I remember they used to have the Rocket Lawyer tab where you could get the state specific leases. But now when I was playing around with it looking, they only have like renewal leases.
mm,
So that's why I couldn't find where if you can still get like a new tenant state specific lease because I don't even see the Rocket maybe because I'm not on the top tier anymore. So maybe the top tier you can get that Rocket Lawyer option. But I don't see that feature anymore.
let's get Dana in here, man. Don't you have access? You got the belt, man.
Oh yeah, man. She's always willing to come on. She said, yeah. So Dana's
Sweet.
super cool.
I've dealt with Rocket only one time, and they were absolutely horrible. They hounded me through text message, through email, through every manner of marketing you could possibly do, like 10 times a day. And I finally told him, look, you will never, ever get my business because you're so annoying. No. So, those guys are not somebody I would ever use. For my leases, I did state specific through Bigger Pockets, but this was before Hemlane had leases. So now that Hemlane has leases, I will probably switch over to what they've got going on and be able to modify it and hopefully do lease signing through PDF with them.
And
So,
oh, go ahead.
great. So I use the Rental Housing Association, um, and they provide the lease and the addendums that you have to have, which is very helpful.
And that's for every state, or is that just for Washington State?
Um, I I just have the Washington State one because I'm like a
Okay,
member. Yeah.
okay, because that might be helpful in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? If there is like specific things that needs to be added.
What do you need the addendum for?
There's all sorts of things you need the addendum for. I can take a look, but like you need
Lead-based paint, stuff like that.
lead-based, Tacoma specific addendum, right? So it depends on your county.
Well, what else do you guys want to talk about, man? Anything else on top of mind? Like I said, Ray's video will be out probably Monday. I'll be going
Um,
live Monday with Ray also. Ray and Harrison. What time I said? 10 a.m., right?
yeah, yeah.
Well, 10 a.m. Eastern. No, 11 a.m.
I got it in my calendar.
Yeah,
Something like
11 a.m.
11.
Eastern because I think daylight savings changes on Sunday. So 11 a.m. Eastern.
You know, something that's on my mind is I was trying to reach out. You know how we generally reach out if you're out of state and you're going into a new market, you might reach out to somebody that's an operator in that area, right? And I'm gonna tell you guys, I've been trying to reach out in the Michigan area, and I've reached out to investors like ourselves, and they're not as openly willing to share. I don't know if that's a Michigan thing, you know what I'm saying? But like I would have to say the majority of investors that I've reached out to, don't want to share their strategies or their ideas. And I'm just curious if like if anybody has ever kind of felt that same situation in some of the places they're reaching out to.
I have not. I've called a couple states. But they've all been pretty open, although it may just be the specific people and that I've talked to.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you guys my scenario. I had reached out to a really kind of a big Airbnb operator in the area, and I said, "Hey, just kind of want to reach out to you. Looks like you run some awesome Airbnbs. Would you be willing to kind of maybe give me some info on some awesome cleaners that you have, or a referral or something like that?" And it's like, and specifically, he messages back and says, "I don't share my cleaners. I don't share these information." And then just it was kind of whoa. And it's not just that one scenario, it's been multiple in the Michigan area when I reach out, specifically in the West Michigan area. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a fluke, but I just figured I'd mention it.
I
Have
would think
you?
that would be a scarcity mindset.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. And there's not a lot of groups, I'll tell you, there's not a lot of groups out there that are coming together in the West Michigan area. And I don't know if it's because they're trying to monopolize that market and keep it that way, or it's just a pretty closed area where people don't share information.
Maybe you can reach out to Denzel. He's been on my channel a few times. He's just super busy right now because he had a house fire at one of his places.
Oh,
So
wow.
he's kind of rebuilding right now. But he also he's with EXP also, but he also has like a EXP coaching course, or not EXP, but licensed coaching course. So people that are thinking about getting their real estate license can sign up with him if he helps them pass the course and everything. But yeah, I'll get you connected with Denzel. But he's out in Detroit.
Oh, nice.
I think some of that kind of stuff can be a double-edged sword as well, because you start talking and telling people about different things that you're doing, and pretty soon everybody's copying it and doing it, and then you kind of mess up where you're having success because everybody's copying it and doing it. So
Yeah.
I think there is some fear of that as well. you know I'm sure Millennial Mike is having some of that with Gary, Indiana. He's talked about trying to get renters in that are good renters, taking much longer now because he's got so many folks that are investing with him or just investing there that it's becoming more difficult to find good renters. So I'm sure that type of stuff happens. You know, I'm sure you guys have seen, different videos where uh, when you're talking about short-term rentals and they talk about having a focused wall where it's maybe three mountains that go up and, they're all different colors, but they're complementary colors. And then, a few months later, every other Airbnb you see that you're looking at for competition has those same three mountains. And it's like, come on, people, come up with some original thoughts. Absolutely copy other people, use their stuff, but have your own ideas as well. Don't just copy them verbatim.
Yeah. No,
Oh
I
yeah,
get.
he also can connect with Brian Adamson. Maybe he's also investing in Detroit. He was on one of the panels in Vegas.
It's hard though because when you compare Detroit to West Michigan, they're you're talking about two totally different, they're just totally different areas. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Um, Joe V says, "I'm sorry, it's Gary. There's just not quality tenants in that area." uh, there has been talk. Lars says there has been talk of Airbnb becoming oversaturated in some areas, and I bet Airbnb operators are more likely to have a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
That's true, Lars, but at the end of the day, if you're at the top of your game, you don't care what that bottom 10 or 20% is losing out on because you're still doing well.
Yeah.
So I don't really worry about that scarcity mindset, is because quite frankly, the bottom 10 or 20% probably shouldn't be in the business anyway. They're going to cycle in and cycle out constantly. How many people got in during COVID because they thought it was easy money, and a year later they've been bleeding money so bad that they're selling all their furniture they got in there, and they're still having to pay for the arbitrage and that type of stuff. So I don't really worry about the bottom, you know even 25%. I worry about being in the top 50%. I don't
Yep.
want to be in that bottom percentage.
Yep. I totally agree with you, John. Well, that's what I do here in the Seattle market is I shoot for co-hosters, and I shoot these high-end Airbnbs they're going the extra mile. They're staging, They're doing everything right. They're hiring professionals to take the photos, and when you compare a good Airbnb operator to just a mom and pop who's just taking photos with their phone, those are the people that are going to phase out in the Airbnb space, because it's not as easy. Even it seems like this season in Airbnb this year seems to be a little bit slower than what it was last year. You know what I mean? So it's even more important to be more on top of your game.
You know, I've noticed that in my market, you know, I often look at things as a guest and try to do that market research of what my competition looks like and, you know, what they're doing. I don't see any mom and pop type operators that are doing cell phone pictures. Everybody is good, you know, so you have to be better than that. You know, you have to provide that experience. And you know, the term that I use a lot is, you know, it's nice but boring. You know, I don't want to go to a motel in an Airbnb. If I wanted a motel, I'd go to a motel. You know, it's nice but boring.
Yeah.
If I'm going to an Airbnb, I want something that's nicer than that, something that's pulling me in. So, you know, if it's just, you know, okay, it's a nice, clean house that's the same as my clean house wherever I live, that's not really what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's a head and a bed, but, you know, it's kind of boring. So I'm looking to do things that are a little bit different, a little bit outside the box, things that, you know, they say are Instagrammable.
Yes.
Yesterday, I had folks come out to do quotes on putting in a little putt-putt course in my backyard. Now, it's not very good. It's not suitable for that because it's got stairs going into the backyard. So doing the dirt work and that type of thing would be extremely expensive. So I don't think that's going to work out because the return on investment wouldn't be enough to do that. But I might try to do something myself that's maybe just a lot more generic and, you know, see how that goes. But having the professionals doing it, they were talking anywhere from $20,000 to $25,000 to put that in. So that's not a good return on investment for that. However, there's other things that, you know, like I'm purchasing some cornhole and some ring toss, and I've already got the fire pit back there, the barbecue, the hot tub, you know, all of the things that I can possibly put in there to make it a more enjoyable trip for somebody that, you know, they're going to go home and, you know, talk about it and say, hey, I was at this super cool place, you know, maybe next time you want to go. And that's the goal of trying to get, you know, people to talk about it. And um, I'm probably going to commission out having some metal made into a sign that is the name of my Airbnb and putting that up behind the fire pit, so there's a spot for them to do Instagrammable photographs, things like that. So, you know, any possible thing I can do, I'm going to try to do to make it different and more fun for people, so they get that experience that they're looking for.
Wow, I had no idea that John was such the IG king over here.
That's what I'm saying. He has to do a walkthrough of his unit, not just call me and FaceTime me and walk through it. I do an actual video and show people. It's a cool place, man. But Jim says he thinks there will be an exodus of lower tier STR operators as soon as interest rates go down and it's easier to sell their properties. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Last I saw, Reno has about 1,800 Airbnbs. So they talk about oversaturation. Yeah, we have plenty of them. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those folks are just renting out an extra room in their house. You know, because there's plenty of that type of thing. There's plenty of people trying to do that arbitrage stuff and you know, getting a apartment and doing that kind of stuff. You know, so those are all viable options. I don't really care for the arbitrage strategy because I want to actually be able to increase my equity and get those other returns on there, because I'm not looking for just cash flow. I want to get those other levers as well. I want to get the tax advantages, the mortgage pay down, the equity increase for the appreciation. I want to get all four levers pulling instead of just one.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All great points. Yeah, like I said, man, your place is cool, man. You should do a video on it.
I will. It's sometimes it's hard to get in between guests.
Yeah, definitely. That is the struggle a lot of times.
I had a chance when I talked to you because uh, I didn't have a guest coming in until 3 o'clock, but I did have a guest coming in that day. Um, Speaking of which, if any of you are doing uh, short-term rentals, I just got hooked up with a gentleman in California that is doing what's called Welcome Screen. And it's a very cool product where it's just an app that you download for Roku, and it makes it where you are similar like a hotel, where when you walk in a hotel room and on the TV, it's going to have, the name of the hotel or, what have you. And they're going to have different events going on, some pictures, maybe some restaurants, things like that. Well, I've got it set up where it shows on there the name of my guest. It shows, how long their stay is, shows the weather, the time. I've got QR codes on there for the booking guide and for my direct booking site. And it's very inexpensive. I think he's only charging about $10 a month. And it just puts you on a whole nother level of being professional. As soon as somebody walks in, they see that screen with their name on there, and you can have your own logo on there for the name of your property. So it's a pretty cool service.
John is just blowing your guys' mind, right? You would never expect, you never thought John was going to be this tech savvy and all creative, right?
I am not tech savvy. I used to be tech savvy about 2020, but now no.
Curtis, just imagine walking in and having like a Chicago Bears welcome on the screen, like Airbnb.
You
Yeah.
could have you could have
That'd
that
be
as
a
your background.
one star review.
I don't know, John. Do you have a link to your Airbnb right now? Jim says put a link in the chat.
Being as I'm on the phone, I probably can't get that for you right now. However, I could certainly put those links up on Deconstructing Dreams when I start putting up some videos.
All right, one step at a time, right?
Yes, sir.
There's Joe. I know Jovi's here. And once I say the Bears, he'll tune in. He says the Bears suck. Hey, where did John go?
So, have you guys used Stayfi?
I'm not sure what that is.
No.
You're frozen, John, or you look frozen to me.
So, Stayfi is a way for people to log into your internet service. And the login email information for the person who booked. Every person that logs into your internet, you're going to capture that email address from them. What happened?
Your screen is frozen. Once we said he was tech savvy, and now he can't even like.
I'm not sure what happened. I just got a phone call and now everything's kind of locked up.
All right, bounce out and come back in. Probably that might be the easiest thing to do.
Can you guys hear me? I can't hear anything.
I'm going to kick you out.
We can hear you.
You're out of here.
You said you're out of here.
He can come back in. There he is. Hold on. Oh, you still look frozen.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but your screen is frozen.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. Uh, so the StayFi program is something you hook up to your internet, and when guests come in, every single guest that hooks up to your internet has to log in with their own email, and that gives you a large database of emails that now you can market to, and you market to them for your own direct booking site. So it's a much more effective way of getting your email marketing out there so that you can try to boost some sales through direct booking, because you're going to make a lot more money with the direct booking site than something through Airbnb and that type of thing.
And this thing is called SafeFi.
StayFi.
Oh,
StayFi.
oh, StayFi. Okay, cool.
Huh?
I'll look into that. That's pretty cool. And it's
The initial hardware that you buy, I think was like a couple $100, and I just put a hard line into that, and it hangs on the wall, and it does like almost like a router,
mm,
so that when people are trying to log in, they're just going to go to that, and part of the login process is to capture that email. Now they can obviously opt out of that, they have that option, but you know you're catching a lot more emails that way, because every single person is going to log in and they're all going to give up those emails.
yep.
So it's very helpful rather than just the person who booked. So that's
Cool.
a wonderful service to have. Like I said, I'm trying to capture every single way I can to get marketing out there, to get people interested in coming back again, and giving them the best experience I possibly can.
Makes sense.
Do
All
you
right.
guys
Well,
use any tech like that?
As far as my Airbnb, no, I don't use anything right now because I'm still fairly new. I'm only 8 months into my Airbnb journey, but
Okay.
that totally makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I think direct booking is definitely a good idea, and I'll look into it for sure.
So the welcome screen that I have, it is literally, that is the name you search for on Roku. It's called Welcome Screen,
Hmm.
or yeah, Welcome Screen. And the gentleman's name that owns it is Dylan, and he's in California. He's just starting up, and it took us a little bit to get things dialed in, because I do have a manager, so I wasn't able to sign up for it myself, because for the I use Hostaway for my PMS with my manager, and if I signed up for it, it would have given me access to all of my manager's properties. But my manager signed up for it, and he could limit it where it's just for my property. So there was a little bit of workaround to do, but we worked it out, and it worked out very well. So I'm just trying to do a little affiliate marketing with him, and help the guy out, because he's just starting out, and I think it's a wonderful service. I really like it, and I'm sure it'll get more refined as we go, and get suggestions from different folks, but so far I'm really liking it. I've got pictures up from different events that we do here in Reno all summer long, and just try to build interest, when folks come, try to build some interest for maybe future events, so they might come back.
Very cool.
so yeah, give me your link after, because I guess Jim said he'd rather give you money than a hotel. So we'll try to get Jim your link
Okay.
before he gets here, and see if your man cave or bear cave or whatever it is open and available. Well, I mean, we're at an hour 30. I'm surprised we went kind of long just talking about nothing. It's like a Seinfeld. It's like a Seinfeld episode. Yeah, just something about an episode about nothing almost. But it was good. A lot of good topics. Anything else you guys want to touch on or talk about real quick? Or I don't know where John went, but Anything else you guys want to wrap things up with?
No, aside from just our next one, we're going live with Harrison, right?
Yep.
Can you,
What was the topic I sent you, or Harrison sent me, and then I sent you?
I think it was. I can tell you right now. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
I think we were going to be going over. We'll talk all about nothing. I'm just joking.
No.
It was importance of building relationships for small businesses in difficult markets.
Cool. Curtis, anything else from you?
No, it was great to see y'all and talk it up, and thanks for having me on late too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, anytime you guys want to come on, just let me know. As long as you guys come up with the topic, and then I'll makes it easier for me, and I'll always try to figure it out and we can work something out. But yeah, thanks for doing this. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Yeah, we'll do more of these. But all right, everyone, have a good weekend.
All right.